Thanks for tuning in today, folks. So, we just did the Jesus tattoo, right? American traditional, Son of God. And now we are on to the Mother Mary tattoo. You know, the one where she's like holding her hands like this, and then she's got the cowl thing going on with the designs down the sides and whatnot. Last time we ended up doing a AI reference Jesus and kind of traced over that and did our own little design tweaks and, you know, this, that, and the others to make it a unique custom piece. But this time we're actually going to do like a Google or Pinterest search, right? And then push those off to the side and then just use those as actual references, and then we're going to draw up our own custom piece without doing any tracing at all, just to kind of mix up the techniques, the workflow a little bit, because I don't know how you guys like to work, and I like to work in all kinds of different ways, and I just thought it would be fun to do that. So, if that sounds interesting to you, I'm Clay, the Techie Tattooer. It's time to get to the iPad. All right, and here we are, folks, on Pinterest. My search is Mother Mary American Traditional Tattoo, and so we're just gonna kind of look at a bunch of these, make some choices, right? You know, this one is obviously a neo-traditional design. It's super dope. Those tiers are rad. This is what you're gonna expect for your classic American Traditional up here. Go away. Whatever. This is a great little American trad design. This is an awesome, you know, American traditional design, but done in black and white. This is AI, right? So let's not get too confused by that. We could generate our own images. Why are you not scrolling? There we go. Yeah, right, like this one here, right? This is more of the type of image that I am wanting to go for here for a Mother Mary tattoo. Let's see, right? Like this is absolutely really great. Too busy, right? Not what we're going to be doing, but really, really cool. I'm noticing like she's standing on a moon a lot of times, right? You notice that? There's the moon she's standing on there. And then down here, she was standing on like a moon with like skulls on it or something, right? So that's an interesting sort of, I'm not really sure what that is about. Yeah, look, there it is again, this little like robe sort of thing. Huh. I don't know enough about this reference or this design to really understand where those are coming from historically and why that happens. So anyway, let's go ahead and just pick a few of these. And again, we're going to do our own design, but we're just going to kind of, you know, see what the core same elements are in this, right? Like this is a really good one, just classic American traditional with the halo kind of effect around it. You know, I think I'm definitely going to want to do that just to make sure that it stays traditional. And then, yeah, and I want to do a full body one. I don't want to do one of these just upper bodies only, not just the bust design. Let's see here. Also, probably AI generated image right there. That's a rad neo-traditional piece with the cyan and pink color scheme. That is cool, but I think that's AI. Yeah, this is an AI image. Wow, this is, see, and this is why you generate AI images, because yeah, absolutely, you can tell from the little filigree here, this is not a real tattoo. I'm gonna like bet monies. That's an AI generated image, and wow, that's freaking rad. That's a little too simplistic. Let's go ahead and download this one as well, because I like how this is going. And then let's see. We'll download this one as well. That one's kind of cool. I don't really like the spider web style around it, but everything else around it is really rad. And then, yeah, interesting. It goes again with the moon and the weird little dress sheet coming over the moon there. I'm not sure what that is about. Bizarre. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and grab our paper, 8.5 by 11 at 300 DPI. And let's bring these images in. All right, so here we are with the 3 images. Let's see what these, so similarities. The cloak, these 2 have dots. This one has stars. Classic simple robe. These ones are just plain red. This one has floral pattern in it. And I did see a lot of them that had a floral pattern in it. These 2 have different colors from the inside and the outside. This one does not, right? It's the same color inside and out, right, on either side of that. All 3 of them have this angel holding up a moon and her skirt dress thing somehow. Yep, and they all 3 have wings like that. That is very interesting. Do we have to include that? I don't think we will, actually, just because I'm not sure what the symbologism is there. The only thing I don't like about this one is that they've chosen to do the spider webbing around that, but you know, that's a personal choice. They're allowed to make those choices, so just not something I feel like doing. Just kind of figure out my own thing for that. Let's see here. Is that going to give me enough space to do my design? Possibly not. Let's move her. Actually, let's move them all off to the side. And then, yeah, because it's not like we're really going to have to worry about symmetry too much. So then I'm going to get onto like a nice lighter sketching color, click on my technical pen, make sure the stabilization is way down. And then we're going to get sketching on this guy. So all of them have her facing to this lower left here. Yep, and a little bit lower on those hands there. Probably a little bit big. Whoops. Oh, I'm drawing on the wrong layer. Yo, that's not good. Rude, dude. Okay. So let's see if standard shoulders. All right, so this has got to be smaller. All right, just making sure I'm getting my proportions right. Whoa. There we go. Then we're gonna go ahead and flip the image. Make sure it's nice and balanced. So that's a cute little trick you can do, right? If you need to just go ahead and flip your image around, and it should look nice and balanced from either side. Now we're going to go to another color. Okay, and then this folds under her. All right, see how she's got that little fold, little fold, little fold in all three of these? So that means it's got to come down and under like this, and up and over like that, right? And then we've got all that same kind of sleeve design there. Okay, right, so this loop is actually supposed to go around that arm here, so like that. Weird, did the stabilization come back up on this guy? What are you doing to me? No, okay, fine. I don't know, those kind of... Interesting. Look, they all three have that same... Look at that. That's really strange. Where it goes the inside here, and it has some like... That's bizarre how they all do that. Why is that, I wonder? So yeah, like I said, there's ways to draw these that are classic representations that everybody kind of just assumes are gonna be done. And so some of this is why we got to find the similarities and figure out why it is. Well, we don't really have to figure out why it is. You have to figure out what these shared similarities are and make sure that we're kind of using them. But I've made her too narrow because we're going to use distort. We're going to slide this out like that. Going to do the same thing. We're going to use distort. We're going to slide this out like that. There we are. To leave room for her dress in the middle there. Let's see, how do those do that? What do we got here? Interesting. Belt. Okay, and then not so much the belt, but there's like a belt that I think she's supposed to have, you know, here-ish. Right, something like that. We are gonna stick the moon in there. why not? I'm gonna turn, no, canvas, drawing guide, edit drawing guide, symmetry, wait, no, drawing assist, symmetry, done. We're gonna do ourselves a little more, hold it down. Go, make that a little more moony shaped. Okay, and I think that's gonna be, oh, it's not gonna go off because drawing is, there we go. I think that's gonna be my basic shape there. I'll go ahead and yeah, there we go. Okay, so those are our core pieces for the most part. Because I'm not really going to worry about the folds in her dress and stuff like that. Like, I can just freehand that stuff, right? I'm not going to worry too much about that. So then I'm going to go ahead and just squish these all down onto one layer. Drop the opacity way down. Get onto my new layer above them. Go to my faves that we all stuck in there. Go to my mono line. Make it black. What does a 10% look like? Not bad. Cool. We're going to do 10% on my sizing there for my mono line. And we're going to start with the cowl. Gotta add that little spiky spike in here. Give it that. And that. Is that how that goes under? Yep, that is. But we're gonna want to bring it from the loop and in like that. shoulder is taller than that, so we want to bring that up quite a bit more. Right, we want to bring that up too, because see her shoulder's here, so we want to bring that just above that to give that cloth a little bit of thickness. This does this weird little flippy thing where this is going to, exactly, so they have it. Yep, with that kind of action. Yep. Then I'm on the wrong side of that there, so we're gonna have to fix this. Wait, no, maybe not. I go smaller. Can I fudge it like that? Okay, and then this has got to tweak out just a little bit more. It's going to give us one of these so that this can flow up like that. Yep. Hold it. Boom. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. I suck at drawing parallel lines. Who am I kidding? So we're just going to swipe down with the 3 fingers, duplicate this, and scooch it over. Cheaters. Squish it down onto 1 layer. Cheater way to get parallel lines that work. All right. And then, yeah, that's pretty much just a basic curve there. Swipe down, duplicate, flip. There we go. Yes, I am that big a freak about balance and that kind of stuff. It's why people say my American traditional isn't American traditional, because I get all like, ooh, no, I'm going to do this. Ooh, no, I'm going to do that. So yeah, I get kind of weird about that jazz. Excuse me, that was disgusting. Hopefully that burp didn't show through on the audio. let's move on to this other side here. Yeah, there's no opening in this. This goes over, and then this just comes blasting out. Okay, so this is going the wrong direction on that. Because this is the part that comes underneath there. Okay, no, it does make it come in like that. Well, somebody's having fun next door. Then this is gonna come that way in the loopy loop. Like that. There we go. Now it looks like it's looping the right direction, right? These things are important, kinda. They are to me. So let's see, so we got this. Then we got this. That. does that? Yeah, exactly. So this one, it curves up and around as the edge there. So does that one. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. And the reason I just chose to erase that line instead of the other one is because this inner line is as close as I want it to be to this other stuff, and so that means I've got to make room elsewhere. There we go. All right, making room elsewhere. Okay, okay. Yeah. None of that now. Fine, you'll just be like that. Okay. Yeah, exactly, because that does that same thing, exactly. There we go. All right. And that's pretty good for that for now. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to a new layer. And you know, we're gonna add more and whatnot, but we're just getting our rough outlines in. And then for our face, okay, so the hair comes in and stops that, right? So we're gonna get, the face is gonna poke out here ever so slightly. And then the hair, like the closed eye one. that serene face. We'll get some hands in there with her basic little robe thing. We'll go ahead and do the American traditional thing that I don't like to do. I don't think I can do it. Huh. Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that when we erase things out. Super basic hands though. Palm lump. Yeah, palm lump. Other lump. Fingers. Boop. Fingers. Not quite so long. Those are awful looking hands. What the heck? It's like a horrible foot. Okay, better, but that's too tall. Right, yep, because I'm bringing, that's just the way that's got to be with the shoulder there. No, yeah, no thickness in the cloth. It's got to go straight. Okay. And then we'll get that belt in on a different layer. Nope. It's got to come out of here. There we are, much better. And then we'll get the lumps in that dress in. We'll have the outer parts. How am I going to do this? Put this moon in really quick. You know what? We're going symmetry with the moon again. Oh, I can't move the moon over, so what we're going to do is we're going to move the sketch over. We're going to make it basically center. We're going to retrace it. go back to the dress here. Okay. It's there. Okay, so we got that going, we got that going. I like how that's looking, I like how that's looking. Yep, there we are there. Excuse me, that's disgusting. I really hope those burps aren't showing up on the audio. I have no idea what's going on with me today. Okay, and then now we are going to go, I'll go ahead and erase that stuff out. Where are we at here? So we'll erase this out. There we are. And then I will add that background now. Fine. Right, get that drawing assist going. Don't worry, I've got pants on, I've just got shorts on, it's hot out. Just in case you saw those naked, disgusting knees.
Never met a girl who makes me feel the way that you do, that you do. I never met a girl who makes me feel the way that you do. You're alright, alright. I never met a girl who makes me feel the way that you do, that you do. I never met a girl who makes me feel the way that you do. You're alright, alright.
I love Mary Jane deeply. Call me Chief when I roll the ganja leaf. Blowing blunt out of my teepee. Best believe me, it relieves me. Oh, how I love it. Got a couple pieces of it. Smoking on perp, there's nothing above it. Smoking that club shit, that shit that's with your budget. But fuck it, when I blow it down, bring O's for the whole town. Got enough cookies Score round, got that OG by the pound. If your ass isn't careful, them dabs will put you out for the count.
Okay, folks, that is our Mother Mary outline. Sweet, there we go. That's our outline. Time to get to sinking the blacks. All right, and like always, we're gonna go ahead and just take all of these layers, smash them down onto one layer, duplicate it, and I don't know why I just did that. I don't even need to. Grab ourselves a new layer here, turn this into the reference layer, and we're just gonna start shading. Get my soft brush in black on the right layer, automatic pen. We'll start with the inside here on the easy stuff. And sorry if there's a massive jump in the audio quality here. I'm deciding to do a voiceover on this to kind of talk about, you know, the over-under rules of sinking black ink in American Traditional. And you'll notice how when I'm putting the black in, it is in the area that is furthest back, or the area that goes behind something. You can see that, you know, in her hair here, where we kind of want to fake a light source coming to the top, in the little bits of the cowl that tuck underneath other parts of the cowl, here where we are having the folds, that deepest part of the fold is the part that's going to be the most solid black, and then we gradient out from there. In like the center here, when I do this, when I'm done, so I'm actually fudging with the smudge tool right now, because I didn't like the edge that I did. It actually would have been way quicker to just erase that whole thing and go back, but I was also just playing around, and so that's why I'm having to do a voiceover on this guy. But you'll see when I jump to the bottom of the dress here, that I will use the standard line break, or rather skin break, for the areas you want to have above or in front of other areas. And then, you know, just like in here, right, where you've got the black synced up against the part you want to fold under, and then here you've got that little skin break for the part you want to fold over, right? Again, black stuck right up against the area you want to look like it's folding under, and then the skin breaks or gradient for the parts that you want to have going over the other piece, right? We do the same thing here again, where that we want to go farthest back, and then I leave two skin breaks on either side of this because it is the frontmost element of that black shading. This, of course, doesn't follow any of those rules because I'm just adding a nice black border around the edge to just house everything and make a nice, good, clean border for this tattoo. All right, and okay, so that is all of the blacks. Yep. Now we're gonna go on to underneath the blacks. Gonna get a new layer, and we don't have to go in any particular order because it's not like a real tattoo or anything. So I am just gonna start throwing in what I think is gonna look good here. Whoops. There we go, and then let's see, let's do some, I'm gonna leave it open for now. And we're going to work on, do we make her blue or red? I'm gonna go with blue and then red because that seems like the pretty classic design here. So we're gonna pick this nice tattoo blue, and that's going to be this outer portion here, outer portion, outer portion, and then, or maybe that's an inner portion. Yeah, that's an inner portion, sure. And then We're gonna go for the same color, but lighter, very much similar to how this is going, right? Whoops, continue filling. Be smarter. Okay, so those are the insides. And I'm gonna go ahead and get back onto the yellow layer. Continue filling, boop, boop, whoops. Don't fill the outline. Don't fill the outline. Okay, now onto the red layer. Continue filling. There we are there. Boom and boom. That just gonna work there. Cool, that'll be even lighter blue as we're just going up the spectrum on that. You need to be yellow. Okay, oh, you know what? You need to be yellow. And then, cool. Red. Oh, whoops, I added the blue to there. Oh, well, it'll be okay. Right. Yeah, she does have some red in her lips, it looks like. It does look like they put some shading in her hands and stuff, so we'll go ahead and get a white person naked color. We'll go with like something like that. That'll be kind of nice. Again, we're not going into the realities of whether or not Mary would have been a white woman, but that's okay. We're gonna let that slide today. By the way, we will be doing a black Jabus. I really like that idea, so yes, stay tuned. Because I like to do these in threes, and I couldn't really figure out how else to like finish out the 3 series, and Black Jeebus is the perfect way to finish out the series. Okay, and now we're gonna pull out some highlights. Go to the eraser. I'll just do it with the technical pen. Sorry, eraser, technical pen. There we go. Boop.
Got guns and gravel roads. That's how we roll. That's what we know. With a prayer on our lips and the wind in our hair, we stand tall no matter where. I got the flag on my back, boots on the ground, from the city to the country. We hold it down, God and guns, yeah, that's our creed. We stand firm, never bend, never bleed. Gravel roads twisting, that's where we thrive. From the work we do to the lives we drive. In the heart of the land where freedom's earned, we fight for it all, we never turn. Got guns and gravel roads, that's the way we live. It's in our souls, we stand on the line. We fight for what's right. Got guns and gravel roads, we ride tonight. Reppin' my roots, I'm reppin' my name. From the blood in my veins to the fire and the flame. Got my sights set, locking down the aim. When it comes to freedom, we're always the same. Gritting our teeth, steel in our hands. We fight for this land, take a stand. God and guns, that's what we trust. Gravel roads in the foot, we built for the dust.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of these 3 references. That's pretty much even Steven. We'll go ahead, drop a background color in there. And then from there, oh shit, I should probably just grab all of that because that'll make it look cooler. Oh, that's a little bit of a pain in the butt. What I'm gonna do is go to my airbrush, the fat nozzle, I believe it is. No, not airbrush, spray paints, fat nozzle, yep. Right, so that's it, folks. That is our Color Mother of Mary American traditional tattoo design. Hopefully that was useful to you guys. Please give it a like if you did find it useful. Obviously hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment, right? You know, share this video if you might know somebody who's trying to practice their American traditional or wants to be a tattoo artist. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much for sticking around, and stay tuned for the next video. So, you know, hit that notification bell. Yeah, Black Jesus. He's coming up next, guys. All right, thank you for hanging out. Catch you later.